Here is some guidance for the Let It Snow assignment on how to work through the scrubbing of the Excel files. So the first thing you do is, for this 2022 snowstorm, is click on your data source. Here's the NOAA site. It's going to bring you right to, notice, Virginia snowfall and the date. So this is from the 3rd of January 2022. And if you come down here, you can see here's all your data. So you can download it from here. I'm going to download it into a CSV, and it shows up right down here. And now I'm going to go down. I'm going to go to my, find my files down here, go to my downloads, and it's right here. All right, so there it is. I can open it up, see what it looks like, take a look at the data. All right, so ultimately we're gonna do several things here. We're going to, I'm gonna go back to my assignment. And we need to download not just the Virginia data, but the West Virginia, Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey, North Carolina. All right, so but first let's process the Virginia data, and then we will do the same for all the other states and put them all together in one spreadsheet so that we can then map them. All right, so here we go. So follow the directions. Delete row 1. So I just highlight here and delete. Oops. And I just double right clicked and I delete that. So I get rid of the top one there. I'm going to delete all columns with the dates except for January 3rd and 4th, because we're really only looking for the snowfall January 3rd and 4th. So I highlight both columns, left click and highlight. I use 2 fingers to double right click and delete those 2 columns. Now I'm going to delete all of these as well for January. I'm going to move this over. I want to delete all the other days except for January 3rd and 4th. Delete those. We just need to clean this up so we don't have so much, all those zeros we don't need. Delete. Okay. So now this is what we're left with right now. So we need to highlight columns H and I. We're going to highlight those columns. And we need to replace the T's. Do you notice how there's some places where there's no numerical data? So we need to replace those, all right, and with blank cells. So if I highlight them and I hit Control F, find, that's my finder, find what? I want to find a T, capital T. And I'm going to hit replace. What I'm going to do, replace with nothing. Just leave it blank. Okay, and then I'm going to hit replace all. All done. We made 30 replacements. Okay, great. So for Virginia. Now I can close this up. All right, now we're going to do it again. Now we want to do it again. We're going to hit Control Find because we need to replace the M's. So if I go back here and instead of T, I want to replace capital M with blank, leave it, replace with what? I'm going to replace all. All done. We made 398 replacements. All right, that's going to really clean up this spreadsheet. Okay, we need to make a new column. So in the J column here, we want to paste the following formula because I want all the snowfall for both January 3rd plus January 4th. So in Excel, I put in equals, parentheses, and I just click H plus I, close parentheses, and now I can hit, and you see it adds it up. 1 plus 0 equals 1. Now in Excel, if I highlight this and I grab this little box down here, and I see that dark cross right there, if I pull that down all the way down the spreadsheet, it's going to pull that formula down and add up everything. So there's a lot of data. I'm going to speed up here till I get to the end. It's a lot of data. It was a big snowstorm for Virginia. There we go. So now we're at the end. I go all the way down to that column and notice how it fills in the addition, that formula, all the way down that column. Okay. So now what I want to do, now it's in a formula form right here, okay? I'll put total up there. What I need to do is, I don't want the formula though, okay? So I just want the values. So now I go, okay, highlight that whole column. I want to, oops, highlight the column, right click, all right, and then I want to paste special. I want to take those values, paste special. Let's see. I'm going to copy and then paste special. I go over to here, paste values, and I just want numbers right there, not percents, just numbers. There we go. So now when I go back and look, it's not a formula, it's just a number. And that's what I need to do here, is get it to be just a number. So now J is just straight numbers. There's no formula. If I take away column H and I, it'll still work fine. Okay. All right. So now what I can do is take these two columns, right click, delete those two columns, because now I have the snow totals that I want. And I'm just gonna, just to be clear, I'm gonna write January 3rd, 4th, just so I know what I'm doing for clarity. And I can always move my columns by grabbing this, and do you see that little tool there, and making my columns bigger if I need it for my title or any other reason. Okay, so now that we have this, what I want you to do is go back to your spreadsheet and do this for other states. So the next state on the list, let's go back up to our assignment, West Virginia. So let's go here. Let's find West Virginia right there. And now you see that same storm. I'm going to plot it. So here we see West Virginia, the snow totals from the stations. I can download that data. I have a new spreadsheet from West Virginia. I can open that up. Here's West Virginia snowfall. Notice it says WV, West Virginia, and I have the same data. I need to do the exact same processing, okay? Get rid of all the dates except January 3rd and 4th, replace all the M's and T's with blanks. There you go. And then what I can do, actually we can go back and do one more thing in Virginia, but we need to do that for all the states. Yeah. All right, and then what you'll do is once you process West Virginia, I might even, you can add them all into one spreadsheet by adding a tab over here, another workbook, or you can just add them in here. You decide what works best for you. You'll come in, you'll get it exactly in this form, and then you'll paste West Virginia right here at the end of Virginia, and so on and so forth. Every state will all be in one combined form. Now you can put, once you get the spreadsheet, you can copy them all and do like West Virginia right here. Copy that data. Oops, if I highlight down here, I can do West Virginia here and then process it, and then Pennsylvania here and process it, and so on and so forth. And at the end do totals. And you may want to take all of them and put them into one worksheet within your workbook. And then it keeps, if there's a mistake made, you still have all your data for each state. Okay, so I would recommend doing that. But once you do all that, if you have it this, then what you're going to do is you're going to sort it. So pretend that we have everything. Then what you would do is, here, I'm going to actually grab this whole thing. I'm going to pretend that I have all my state data in here. I'm going to copy it, Control C, put it in here. So I'm pretending all my data is in here for Virginia, West Virginia, all the states. All right, but what I want to do now is, after you have all that done, is sort it. So we'll take the whole thing. You can just highlight it like this up in this corner. And now I want to go to Data and Sort. Notice I can go to Sort here. And I want to sort by column H, because that's my totals. Smallest to largest, that's fine. Okay. Now it will sort all of the data from all of the states. Okay. And what I need to do is take out all the zeros. So I can just come run down here. Any column that has a 0 in it, you're going to do this once you've combined all the states' data. Anything that has a number there, but if it's 0, don't. Let's get rid of it. And then I can double right click, delete, shift cells up, okay. And it didn't work, didn't take. Let me try this again. So again, you could have mistakes. Oh, we've lost our column heads too. Delete, there's our zeros, okay. Now I lost my column heads to the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here. I don't want to do that. I'm going to insert a row. All right, so now you have all right, so now you have how to get this all done. We just need to take this row and put it back up at the top. And then you can take this, save it as a CSV file, and map it in ArcGIS. Pull it in as a feature layer, or just drag it onto your map will probably work in this case. Okay, make sure you save your workbooks, and good luck.